We'll start vegetable color. So last class we discussed about some of the FAQs, frequently asking question part of vegetable color. Today we will go in detail about vegetable color, why the separate branch has been made. So all these details we will explore. One shloka in Charaka Samhita Vimanasthana Samskarohi Guna Antarga. So if you give samskara, guna will go to increase. So as you see, trifala. Okay, so trifala, three different fruits. Trifala, amalaki, aritaki, and vijitaki. So in this combination, amalaki rasaguna variable is different. Aritaki and vijitaki rasaguna variable is different. And if you consume amalaki as a whole fruit, the action in the body is different. Haritaki consumed as a whole fruit, action in the body is different. But still, if we make a dry powder of all these three drugs and we consume early in the morning, it will work on acidity. If we consume same triphala in the night, it will ease the motion. It will act as an anti-constipation drug. Okay, so it acts as an aroma. Same thing if you use triphala kashaya. So it acts as a prakshalana, and you can use triphala kashaya in case of rona prakshalana, krimi. Okay, same thing, Trifalamasi we are using in case of Rona and also in tonsillitis cases. Trifalagrutha will work in diabetes, in stula, in these conditions. Okay, so action of a drug, the drug is same Trifala, but we are expecting so many actions with so many samskaras. Okay, so here you have to analyze why our acharyas make so many formulations. So one or two tablets, while what you use kashayas, drusas, aswaristas. Okay. So lot more preparations. Arkakalpanas, Vasikalpanas. Okay. So one or two preparation is enough. Why they made a lot of preparations? So main preparations are Panchavida Kashaya, Yorasakalga Kashaya, Pantama, Hima and Fight. Okay. Apart from these Panchavida Kashaya, Acharya has made so many other formulations. Why they made a lot of formulations? So, any idea about they are making lot of formulations? One is all these formulations are based on their active principle of an individual drug. Okay, so in Aswarishta Kalpanas, these preparations can be used long term. Okay, shelf life of Aswarishta is infinite. Older is the better. Okay, Swarasa, quick use. All Panchavida Kashaya Kalpanas are 24 hours. Shelf life of Panchavida Kashaya Kalpanas are 24 hours. Goti Goti can be used till 1 year. So Rasa Aushadhis can be used till infinite period. And then Artha Kalpanas can be used up to 10 months to 1 year until the liquid is clear. Okay. And then Churna Kalpanas can be used for anyone. Okay. Here the main way, rationality behind making lots of Kashaya Kalpanas is based on the absorption or an extraction of active principles. It may be alkaloids or any other chemical constituents present in a particular. Okay. So in Artha Kalpana, the chemical constituents will be in a volatile form. Okay. So Arka drugs cannot be make it as a kashaya. If you boil Arka drugs in a form of kashaya, the volatile principle will be evaporated. The remaining medicines, what you are getting is waste. In Kashaya Kalpana, so some unwanted drugs will be evaporated after putting into the water and you boil it for some time. And if you boil the drug in a particular temperature for a particular time, the alkaloids will get released. Correct. Why Kashaya to be done? Okay, here the alkaloids will be released at a particular temperature. In Arka Kalpana, again, here also boiling process is there. Here after boiling in, at a particular temperature, in a distillation process, the alkaloids will be out. Here, whatever the alkaloids is released, it will be stay in the portion in the medicine only. Okay, the ordered drugs we are going with the kashaya kalpanas. Okay, so highly volatile drugs we are going with arka kalpanas. So easily absorbable drugs we are going with the swarasa. Okay, so immediately we can make squeeze and immediately we can make and we can consume swarasa. In hima kalpana satya santarpanaka. Hima is satya santarpana. Arjunadi mantra, Dadimadi mantra, Dadimadi mantra. So all this is Sadhya Santarpanaka. Okay, Masuradi mantra in Chanti. This is Sadhya Santarpanaka. So these so many formulations they made based on the absorption, based on the body requirement, based on the affinity towards a system. For example, in Manovakra Roga, the Mohana Napasmara, Acharya has mentioned a lot of Gurtas. Mahapaishachya Gurta, Kalyana Gurta. So all these Gurtas they mentioned, you can just open the Apasmara Numala and just see Panchadeva Gurta. So in all chapters we will get only Gurta Kalpanas. Okay. So why Acharya has keep only Gurtas in one of us focus. So the drug should cross blood-brain barrier, the special mechanical system present in the brain, so that easily the drug should reach the brain means it should be in a lipid media. Okay, so the drug should reach the brain means it should be go through the lipid media. So here Acharya has made the formulations through the lipid media. Maximum glutas has been in Gulma also Acharya has given maximum glutas. In Pranama Sotas, Acharya has given churnas. These churna kalpanas can be used muhurlo. Okay, Sitapura Shurana, Kalisa Shurana. Okay, all these that may keep in Pranama Sota Vikras. So in Jora mixed, some kashayas, some grutas, Chadanga Parniya preparation. Okay, so Chandanadi Kashaya. So they made these formulations are made based on one thing, based on absorption, based on release of the principle of the drug in a particular form. Okay, so and affinity towards a system. So for GIT, Acharya has made many asavishtas and as well as churnas. Pranavasrotas, again kashayas, asvarishtas, churnas. Manavasrotas, grutas. Okay, astimajja srotas, gruta. Tiktaka, Matiktaka, Gulutiktaka, Guluta, Astimajja, Katavasa. Okay, so based on the action expected in a particular system, they made lot of formulations. Even in modern also we have only two main modes of drug distribution or drug delivery system. One is through oral pills, oral, and remaining is intravenous, injection, injectors. There are also only two forms. One is tablet form or is syrup form. Okay. There the concept of kashaya and other things are not present because they are using chemicals. Okay. So almost 90% of the modern medicines is syrup or tablets. Same tablets they are made into injectables. Some injectables cannot be made into tablets. Some antibiotics cannot be made into tablets because of their other environmental conditions. Okay. So this is the modern way. Modern way will consolidate into maximum 3 to 4 main action and as well as main preparations. In Ayurveda, we have a lot of preparations. All Parishaja Kalpana is dedicated to these formulations. So before 13th century, so before the Sharangadhara, there is no particular book for Parishaja Kalpana. Okay, so Sharangadhara is the first author. He has given a prime importance for the preparation of the drugs and he made a separate book for the preparations, especially Panchaveda Kashara Karmana preparations. And their preparation method and their action was very detailedly explained. Sharangadana Madhyama. Same Panchaveda Kashara Karmana is also explained in Charaka Samhita. But method of preparation is very neatly dealt and dedicated book is made in Sharangadana. It's completely dedicated to Panchaveda Kashara Kalpana Satakulas by Shetsya Kalpana. Okay. So the first author is given an enormous and detailed explanation of preparations in Ayurveda, pharmacological preparations in Ayurveda. In modern separate branches, the pharmacology. In Ayurveda, we have a Vaisheshya Kalpana. It's a complete pharmacology. Okay. So you have to think and analyze what are the formulations can be handled. So recent days, what I have observed is patients want only palatable. They want only sweet medicines, sweet in taste medicines, and or without taste medicines. They don't want to consume kashayas. They don't want to consume churnas. Okay. So that is the drawback now. For that reason, we are converting these churnas and kashayas into venoms. Okay, we'll precipitate and finally we'll make a OTPT formulations, venotic formulations. And definitely it is also working. But some companies are doing an extract. Before 20 years, we don't have any extract idea. But in the beginning, the Himalaya company has did an extraction of Sarpada. Okay, so in the beginning, so when Himalaya company before Indian independence, 1930 or 1940, so they made a Sarpaganda extraction. They extracted only receptin and they advised these medicines for hypertension. So one observation they did after consumption of this only receptin alkaloid for a long duration, they are getting side effects. So those who are consumed this sarpaganda extract, they are getting some hallucinations, some bad dreams. They are not getting sound sleep. Okay, so definitely BP is controlled. We are expecting the action of a drug, but at the same time we are getting some side effects. Then company withdraws all its medicines and stop making insulins. So the beauty of Ayurvedic medicines is the reserpine and anti-reserpine, both alkaloids present in a single drug. One reserpine will act on high blood pressure, anti-reserpine will act on low blood pressure. Sarpaganda is a single drug, we can use it for hypertension and as well as hypertension. No need of separate medicine for hyper and hyper. So almost all our single herbs and formulations will work in both the way. So it will balance the dosha, it will balance the dhatu, it will correct the disease. It will not allow it to grow or it will not allow it to sink. Okay, so that is the way our formulations was made. So every formulation will work on the same thing. So thing is we need to check out the conditions of the GA before advising the medicines. So suppose kasha kalpanas should not advise in empty stomach because it's a gastric irritation will be very common. If you advise kasha kalpanas in empty stomach, that will lead to acidity and all. Don't advise ushna and the tikshna dravyas in empty stomach. So again, it will cause acidity, discomfort. Okay, the patient may get irritation and loose stools. So some exemptions, some exemptions. So we can advise our medicines all that. So based on that, our acharyas has given Aushri Sevana Kalas. Okay, Ashtanga Sangana they are given 11 times, 11 Aushri Kalmas. Which dosha involvement we have to advise, which Aushri Sevana Kala. I explained in example in Pranava Sotas, we need to advise medicine more. Frequently we can advise the medicines. So one patient they're having a severe problem with the voice and they're getting a obstruction. Sometimes they lose the voice also and irritation and pain in the throat. So they have tried so many antibiotics for everything for 3 months. continuously they are suffering it from last 1 to 2 years. Okay, they are checked with ENT and everywhere. There is no relief. When the patient come to us, we are analyzing. So this is because of surround focus and as well as that's the moola, moola, throat. So we have given only a single drug, estimable, with honey. So only one thing we advise is ask the patient to take more. So nowadays we have estimable ganamotis, let them chew tablet. So this patient came 5 years before. So we advise just estimable chew. It's every 1 or 2 hours, this consume 2 to 3 grams of chew with double quantity of honey. Okay. So within 3 days, the voice is very clear. Okay. So no problem in the voice. No accumulation of cough, nothing happened. So short voice is come. Here, cough vilayana should be proper. And soothing effect should be done with the estimal. Finally, the problem was solved. And same Ghana Kodila, you know, this Ghana Kodila thing. Bollywood Ghana Kodila. Golden Ghana Kodila. So one rasayana they used to use in the night. Yeah. Lata Mangeshkar, yes, Lata. Okay. So they used to consume Triphala with the Gluta every day. 5 grams of Triphala and 1 spoon of Gluta. They used to keep in the soak in the night and they will consume early in the morning. They will gargle it and should consume early in the morning along with 1 cup of water. So that is the secret of their voice. So this formula is told by is correct. Okay. So our formulations was very rationally formed and every formulations and their indications are very true. Why our medicines are not working up to the mark is or we are not preparing the formulations at the proper method. Okay. So adulteration was made a lot of difference in medicine option. For example, Dashmula Rishta. So in Dashmula, 10 drugs are there. So actually, Bilva was not present in any of these Dashmulas. Lagu Panchamula easily available. No need to worry, you can use Lagu Panchamula and Dhruva Panchamula. So one of the main drugs is Bilva. So we are using Mula, Bilva Mula. So nobody will going to take Bilva Mula from the plant because it is a sacred tree. This tree is dedicated to Shiva. Nobody will take the root of a Bilva, either one of us. Nobody will touch. Okay. 99% of the formulations doesn't contain Bilva Mula in the sugar. And sometimes because of overproductivity and overuse of the same company medicines, they will use adulteration. So in Rajaniganto, they are given above opportunity drugs in detail. If this medicine is not available, you can use this one. So still, they are not using any above opportunity drugs. So in Dashamula, we are getting only 8 to 9 molas. So then action of the drug varies. So Dashmula Kashaya work is different, Dashmula Katatraya action is different, Dashmula Arishta action is different. Okay. So based on this, the action will differ. But adulteration is the main culprit. We are not getting a proper results in our clinical practice. Okay. So the Churna Kalpana shelf life is only 2 months. But before reaching our clinic, the Churnas are expired. Okay. Only 2 months. Churna Kalpana's expiry is only 2 months. After preparation, they were to send to the stockist, super stockist, then stockist, then distributor, then it will come to the clinic. Okay, so it will take minimum 2 to 4 months, 6 months, sometimes more delay. After come to the clinic, your prescription will take another 3 to 6 months or 1 year. During that period, the drug action can actually extract that properly. So that's why I will advise everybody, you can make your own small farms. At least some minimum churna you can prepare. Yes, Sitaphala churna, Dalesari churna, separate estimable churna, Guduchi churna, Guduchi satwa. Same thing you can utilize it for Kashaya Pandana science. Okay, so if you prepare your own medicine, you have a guarantee this medicine definitely works in this particular condition. If you purchase from a particular company, so you don't have any guarantee. But at least you can prepare some kashayas, or else we can give some kashaya powder to the patient. They can prepare kashayas, Panchavalkala, Dishmula, Triphala. So they can make and they can consume. Rasnadi, Yerandamula kashaya. Whatever the kashayas you can use in busting, it's easily available in the pockets. Shirangapani is available. So use Shirangapani in case of Jura, in case of cold, last. So these formulations can be used and utilized for clearance. Easily can, okay. And how to get over of these adulteration? You can purchase from a very good company, GMP certified, and if you visit a company, you can get to know about all this. What is GMP certification and all that. And reliability is very important. The company should be reliable. They should not go with the adulteration. Then you can purchase medicine from those companies. That is a better one. Okay. So with this introduction, we go with question papers and then detail about the Vaishnava. Okay. We'll go with old question paper first. Have you seen the video of old question papers? Shall I skip this session? Okay, one or two question papers we'll take, then we'll go forward. Yantra Pidita Taila was mentioned as by Sushruta. Yantra Pidita Taila was mentioned by Sushruta. Swarasa, Rasa Taila, Chakra Taila, Yantra Taila. Yantra Pidita Taila was mentioned by Sushruta. Options: Swarasa, Rasa Taila, Chakra Taila, Yantra Taila. Answer is Chakra Taila. Next question. Dosage of Putapakwa Swarasa. Dosage of Putapakwa Swarasa. 1 tula, 1 phala, half tula, half phala. 1 phala. Dosage of Puttaparasa is 1 phala. The ratio of Dravya, Sneha, Drava in Taila and Gruta Kalpana. The ratio of Dravya, Sneha, Drava in Taila and Gruta Kalpana. 1 is to 4 is to 8, 1 is to 4 is to 32, 1 is to 4 is to 16, 1 is to 4 is to 64. 1 is to 4 is to 16. Correct. 1 is to 4 is to 16. Saptavida Kashaya Kalpanas are quoted by. Saptavida Kashaya Kalpanas are quoted by. Vagbata, Kashyapa, Dallana, Charaka. Saptavida Kashayas are quoted by Kashyapa. So Panchavida Kashaya Kalpana, Charaka and Charangadara. Shadvida Kashaya Kalpana, Sushruta. Saptavida Kashaya Kalpana, Kashyapa. Okay. The Google Kalpana is introduced by. The Google Kalpanas are introduced by Charaka, Sushruta, Vagbata, Vamishta. Sushruta. Answer is Sushruta. According to Ashtanga Hridaya, Panchasara Panaka is indicated in. According to Ashtanga Hridaya, Panchasara Panaka is indicated in. Panchasara Panaka is indicated in. According to Ashtanga Hridaya, Panchasara Panaka is indicated in. Vasanta Ritu, Grishma Ritu, Sharad Ritu, none. So where may be the author? The Panakas are indicated in Grishma Ritu. Sorry. So it is indicated in Grishma Ritu. According to Sharangadhara, dosage of Kalka is. According to Sharangadhara, dosage of Kalka is 1 Karsha, half Phala, 1 Phala, 1 Kola. According to Sharangadhara, the dosage of Kalka is 1 Karsha, half Phala, 1 Phala, 1 Kola. Kalka dosage 1 Karsha. Correct. Shatavari Swarasa, Ardaka Swarasa, Nirgundi Patra Swarasa. You know about Narayana Taila. So we are using Narayana Taila in Vata Vyadi. Okay. Sandigata Vata and almost all painful conditions we are using Narayana Taila. So what is the Swarasa present in Narayana Taila? Amruta, Ardaka, Shatavari, Nirgundi. Yaudu. What is the meaning of Shatavari? Sorry, Narayana. Narayana cinema Shatavari. Almost zero. So Shatavari is the main ingredient of Narayana Taila. Vatahara. Shatavari. Lehyam va Bhargava Proktam means. Lehyam va Bhargava Proktam. You know about Bhargava Prokta Rasayana. So Charaka Rasayana Adhyaya is over. No? Charaka Chikitsa. So there, this Rasayana Okay. So Lekhyam va Bhargava Proktam. Lekhyam va Bhargava Proktam. So Bhargava Prokta Rasayana is options Agastya Ritaki, Ashwagandha Navalekhya, Ajamamsa Rasayana, Chavanaprasha. Chavanaprasha. Correct. Lekhyam va Bhargava Proktam is Chavanaprasha. One more name for Chavanaprasha is Bhargava Prokta Rasayana. Even SDM company has given the same name for Chavanaprasha Rasayana. So they are not marketing Chavanaprasha Rasayana in the name of Chavanaprasha. They are marketing in the name of Bhargava Prokta. Bhargava Prokta Rasayana means Chavanaprasha. So this is a very famous question asked more than 10 times from last 20 years all over India. Okay, the important FAQ we must know. So which Gugulu preparation is having Gandhaka as one of the ingredient? So which Gugulu preparation is having Gandhaka as one of the ingredient? Triphala Gugulu, Kanchanara Gugulu, Simhanada Gugulu, none of this. Triphala, Kanchanara, Simhanada, none of this. Yavadu? Gandhaka is one of the ingredient. Simhanada Lydia. In some preparations of Simhanada they are added. Gandhaka is one of the ingredient. Which Gugulu contains Eranda Taila as one of the ingredient? Simhanada. So which Gugulu contains Guduti Sattva and Shodhana in Dashmula Rishta? Kaishara Gugulu. It has Guduti Sattva and Shodhana in Dashmula Kashaya. Not Dashmula Rishta, Dashmula Kashaya. Gugulugalli, they will ask you about the color of the Gugulu and which is the Gugulu is used for a human being, human use. So there are 5 varieties of Gugulu. Out of that, 2 Gugulus only we can use for humans. Remaining Gugulus can be used in animals. Okay, that we'll see later. Mahishaksha Mahanilana. According to Sharangadara, Lagupaki Aushadhi Saviryata Avadhi is. Lagupaki Aushadhi Saviryata Avadhi is 6 months, 1 year, 1.5 year, 2 months. Lagupaki Aushadhi Saviryata Avadhi 1 year. According to Charaka, 2 Dhanya Masha is equal to. According to Charaka, 2 Dhanya Masha is equal to 1 Tandula, 1 Mashaka, 1 Shana, 1 Yava. 2 Dhanya Masha is equal to half Yava or 1 Shana. Okay, you can go with all this Magadamana and Kalingamana. So Kalingamana detail explained in Charaka Kalpasthana. So Magadamana in Sharangadara Sameta. According to Ayurveda Rasayana commentary and Ashtanga Hridaya, Pramatya can also be called. Pramatya can also be called. Kruta Yusha, Akruta Yusha, Kruta Akruta Yusha, none of the above. Kruta Yusha, Akruta Yusha, Kruta Akruta Yusha, none of the above. Kruta Yusha. Pramatya can also be called Kruta Yusha. Correct, Deepika. So preparation of Kshirapaka, according to Sharangadara Samhita, the ratio between Dravya, Kshira and Jal. The ratio between Dravya, Kshira and Jal. 1:15:15, 1:8:32, 1:18:32, 1:16:32. Kshira Kalpana Vidhi. According to Sharangadara, it is 1:8:32. According to Vaiti Acharya, So usually this question will be asked according to YT Acharya. It's 1:15:15 equal quantity. Shira and Drava is equal quantity according to YT Acharya. Sikata Taila is the combination of Tila Taila and Madhuchista, Madhu and Tila Taila, Gruta and Tila Taila, all the above. Sikata Taila is the combination of Tila Taila and Madhuchista, Madhu and Tila Taila, Gruta and Tila Taila, all the above. Tila Taila and Madhuchista. One Valla is equal to 4 Rati, 1 Tola, 3 Rati Nishaka. 1 Valla is equal to 4 Ratis, 1 Tola, 3 Ratis Nishaka. This is a reference from Sharangadhara Samhita. 1 Valla is equal to 3 Rati. So this is the most difficult questions. If you know the answer, you should go through. Otherwise, don't answer these type of questions. Don't take chance. In Sitafaladi Churna, the proportion of people is. Sitafala Churna, the proportion of people is. Option A 16 parts, option B 4 parts, option C 8 parts, option D 5 parts. So you need to memorize the ingredient of Sitafala Churna. SVPET. Write down SVPET. SVPET. S is Sita, V is Vamshalochana, P is Pipali, E is Yela, T is Twak. Okay. So Pipali is 4 parts. Method of administration of Ingvastaka Churna is Pratama Kavala Bhakta, Muhur Muhur, Prag Bhakta, Antar Bhakta. Method of administration of Ingvastaka Churna is. So Ingvastaka Churna is Pratama Kavala Bhakta. So after first bowl of the food. So usually in case of GIT, lack of appetite, and other cancers, we will use Ingvastaka Churna. Even in the case of cramps, colic pains, uterine colic, in these conditions also we'll use Ingvastaka Churna along with Gruta. So put 1 spoon of rice, 1 spoon of ghee, and half teaspoon of Ingvastaka Churna. We should consume after 1 first spoon of rice or any other food. It is Pratama Kavala Bhakta. The following preparation should not be prepared within a day. The following preparation should not be prepared within a day. Grutapaka, Tailapaka, Gudapaka, Aldebo. So Gruta, Taila, Asvarishta, Avalekhas cannot be prepared in single day. Agoduilla. It is not possible to prepare it in single day. If you're going to give more Agni Samskara, then so it will not going to form a proper path. So that's why it will take minimum 2 days, 3 days, 4 days preparation. Okay. Highest Kruti which is prepared by fermentation method mentioned by Highest Kruti which is prepared by fermentation method which is mentioned by Sushruta, Vagbata, Sharangadhara, both Sushruta and Vagbata. Fermentation method Highest Kruti is first mentioned by both Sushruta and Vagbata. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಚರಕ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ಚರಕ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ should go with ಚರಕ and ಸುಶ್ರುತ. So Sharangadhara ಬಂದು 13th century. ಸುಶ್ರುತ around some 1000 to 200 BC. 200 to 1000 BC ಆ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು. Again Vagbata 4 to 60 AD. So out of these three persons, most seniors and they mentioned about Ayashruti is Sushruta as well as Vagbata. According to Sushruta, application of Lepa is contraindicated during. According to Sushruta, the application of Lepa is contraindicated during morning, evening, night, none of the above. Lepa should not be applied in night. So after application should not be leave overnight. That is important. It will cause rukshata, dry irritation, and it will lead to itching. So after application of the Lepa, it should be removed. Okay. Bhavana Dravya of Chitrakadevati is Bhavana Dravya of Chitrakadevati is Nimba Swarasa, Bhrangaraja Swarasa, Chitraka Swarasa, Dadima Swarasa. Bhrangaraja Chitrakadevati is Nimba, Bhrangaraja, Chitraka, Dadima. Chitrakadevati Bhavana Dravya is Dadima Swarasa. Chitrakadevati Bhavana Dravya is Dadima Swarasa. In some formulations, it is Jambira Swarasa. So lemon is also there. But most of the formulations, Chitrakadevati contains Dadima Swarasa. Just smell Chitrakadevati, it will smell like Dadima Swarasa. Specific indication of Karjuradi Manta. Specific indications of Karjuradi Manta. Sadhya Santarpanam and Balakaram. Manta. Pitta Vikara, Grahani, Madhya Vikara, Rakta Pitta. Madhya Vikara. Madatya, yes. In Charaka Samhita, we have Karjuradi Manta in Madatya, Madhya Vikara. Correct. Sangeet. Udaka Kalpana is the Upakalpana of Hima Kalpana, Panda Kalpana, Kwada Kalpana, Swarasa. Udaka Kalpana is the Upakalpana of Hima Kalpana. Identify these formulations. So these formulations is indicated in Jvara Atisaragna, Shwasakasa, Krimihara. So this formulation is Gana Krishna and it is indicated in Jvara Atisara, Shwasakasa and Krimihara. Option A, Kumara Kalyanaka Churna. Option B, Gangadhara Churna. Option C, Bala Chaturbadha Churna. Option D, Gatra Doshahara Churna. So here in Bala Chaturbadha, indications are very clear. It is indicated in Jwara, it is indicated in Atisara, indicated in Shwasa, Kasa, and Krimi. Okay, so Bala Chaturbadha Shurina. ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್. Ingredients ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಬಲಚದ ಚೂರ್ಣ. There are 4 ingredients. ಬಲಚದ ಚೂರ್ಣ. Ativisha is not a visha. Don't get confused with Ativisha. Ativisha is one of the main ingredients in Balachakra Rasa, and it is not a visha dravya. According to Sharangadhara, Manta is the Upakalpana of. According to Sharangadhara, Manta is the Upakalpana of. Panta Ima Kalka Kwata. Manta is the Upakalpana of Fanta, Hima, Kalka, Kwata. Sharangadhara. Manta is the Upakalpana of Hima Kalpana, according to Sharangadhara. According to other, it is Fanta. Sharangadhara, Hima Kalpana. Which of the following is included in Schedule E1 Drug and Cosmetic Act? Which of the following is included in Schedule E1 Drug and Cosmetic Act? Option A, Krishna Jiraka. Option B, Kala Jiraka. Option C, Chandrashura. Option D, Parasika Yavani. Answer is Parasika Yavani. We should go through Drug and Cosmetic Act, Schedule E1 drugs. Okay. Drug and Cosmetic Act, Schedule E1 drugs. Go through it. You will get to know. Mantakalpana is Upakalpana of Imakalpana. According to Sharangadhara, Mantakalpana is Imakalpana of. Mantakalpana is Upakalpana of Imakalpana. ಅದೊಂದೇ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್ ಇರೋದು ಉಪಕಲ್ಪನೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ. According to Sharangadhara, what is the ratio of water and tandula for the preparation of tandula jala? According to Sharangadhara, what is the ratio of water and tandula for the preparation of tandula jala? 4:1, 2:1, 8:1, 16:1. Here the question is very clear: the water and tandula. Okay. First water, second is tandula. The answer is 8:1. 8% of water and 1% of tandula. Tandula. According to Sharangadhara, how many lavanas are mixed in the preparation of Bhaskara Lavana Churna? In Bhaskara Lavana Churna, how many lavanas are there? Option A, 3 lavanas. Option B, 5 lavanas. Option C, 4. Option D, 6 lavanas. In Bhaskara Lavana Churna, how many lavanas are there? Is to 4 lavanas. Sorry, 5 lavanas. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚೂರ್ಣಗಳನ್ನು ಪಂಚಲವಣ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಇವನ್ ನಮ್ದೊಂದು ಅನುಲೋಮ ಚೂರ್ಣ ಇದೆ, ಅಂಬದಾದಿ ಚೂರ್ಣ ಅಂತ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಂಟೈನ್ಸ್ 5 lavanas. Bhaskara Lavana ಚೂರ್ಣ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಂಟೈನ್ಸ್ 5 lavanas. पीडिते मुद्रा गंधवर्ण रसोद्भवम. Pidite mudra gandhavarna rasodbhavam are the final characteristics of which of the following? Okay, pidite mudra. Touch madadal mudra barutte nimge, and it contains very good gandha and varna and good taste. So is the final characteristics of the following. It means to say that siddhi lakshana of which of the following? ತೈಲ, ಅವಲೇಹ್ಯ, ಕ್ಷಾರ, ಆಸವ. ನಿಮ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಪೀಡಿತೆ ಮುದ್ರಾ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಅವಲೇಹ್ಯ ಕಲ್ಪನಾ ಮೊದಲೇ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಸವದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮುದ್ರಾ ಬರುತ್ತಾ? ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಕ್ಷಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮುದ್ರಾ ಬರುತ್ತಾ? ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಕ್ಷಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸವದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ತೈಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಪೀಡಿತೆ ಮುದ್ರಾ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಅವಲೇಹ್ಯ ಕಲ್ಪನಾ. ಸಿದ್ಧಿ ಲಕ್ಷಣದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ 2019 AIPGD ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್. Guduchi sattva is white powder obtained from stem, from fruit, leafy extract, Guduchi rasakriya. Guduchi sattva is white powder obtained from stem, from fruit, from leafy extract, Guduchi rasakriya. White powder obtained from stem, Guduchi sattva. ಬಳ್ಳಿಯಿಂದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. It's a white powder extracted from the stem. Asava and aristas are specifically differentiated by. Asava aristas are specifically differentiated by Charaka, Kashyapa, Sushruta, Sharangadara. Charaka, Kashyapa, Sushruta, Sharangadara. ಯಾರು with the first author differentiation of Asava aristas? Sharangadara. Vaishya Kalpanalli, more Pratamas are done by Sharangadara only. It's about some of the previous year question papers. Here we can some of the questions in previous question papers. I have not gone through all the question papers. Some important question papers I have gone through it. So here the major importance that they are given for ratio of the drug and their key ingredients and their indications. Okay, and some different names. Okay, and mana paribhasha. So 2 to 3 questions they ask for mana paribhasha and siddhi lakshanas. Okay, so all Panchaveda Kashaya Kalpanas and different other Upakalpanas and other Kalpanas, their ratio, so Jala, Dravya, it is Taila Kalpana, Buddha Kalpana, the quantity of Buddha and all, and then important indications, Siddhi Lakshanas. So this is about Vaishesha Kalpana, introduction and previous year question papers. We'll go through the detailed syllabus of Vaishesha Kalpana. Okay, just take 2 minutes break. Another 15 minutes to 30 minutes we'll go through Vaishesha Kalpana.
So these things we studied in last class. Important effects are Paribhasha Prakarana, Panchavida Kashaya Kalpana, and its Upakalpanas. Posology means dose. So dose is very important. So in churnas, the normal dose they advise is 1 tola, it is 12 grams, 10 to 12 grams approximately into ISI units. Not all the churnas we cannot consume up to 12 grams. So again, Acharya Chakrapani has given the dose for Mrudu Churna, Madhyama Churna, and as well as Tikshna Churna dose that you should go through it. And the dose is very, very important. And in modern, we are fixing the dose based on the body weight. For example, the paracetamol, the dose is 10 to 20 mg per kg of body weight. With the 50 kg persons, or 50 to 60 kg persons, we are advising 500 mg of paracetamol. Okay. So, if needed, we are going with 650 mg of paracetamol also. So, same amoxicillin is 10 to 15 mg per kg of body weight. Here also 50 mg, 500 mg of amoxicillin is enough in 3 divided doses. So maximum dose is 1.5 to 2 grams in a day in divided doses. So like that, we need to fix our medicine dose based on the body weight, based on the agni, based on the costa, and based on the vyadhi. Here, vyadhi bala and the bala of the patient is both are important. Rogi bala and as well as roga bala. So based on that, we need to calculate the medicine dose. Many times the doctor will fail in fixing the medicines. This will not convert the patient into steroid. So the failure is in fixing of the dose. Okay. So we need to clearly advise the medicines. So Kashaya Kalpanas are not fixed dosage, 10 ml or 15 ml. So based on the patient and based on the disease, we should fix the dosage of kashayas and vati and other things. So if vati needs 2 tablets in a day, we are advising only 1 tablet in a day. So again, this is also a failure. So I've seen some prescription. So 2 tablets, 2 TAD or 2 BID, same day 6 to 8 tablets, 8 to 10 tablets they are prescribing. It all depends on Rogi and Rogabala. So the first and foremost thing to be considered in posology is dose according to the body weight, Rogad, Rogibala. And shelf life of the medicines is very important. So you should not use expired drugs. Always use a fresh drugs. So Panchaveda Kashaya Kalpana is a different thing. We can prepare all Panchaveda Kashaya Kalpanas in our clinic and we can advise. So some diseases, example in case of Kamala, so we used to advise fresh swarasas, Eranda Patra Swarasa, Bhumya Matilaki Swarasa, Kumari Swarasa, Brungaraja Swarasa, or else Brungaraja Kashaya. The fresh medicines effect will be very good rather than advising an extract or a Kashaya Kalpanas or Aswaristas. Okay, always preferable is you should advise a fresh best medicines. You can check it out in all Kerala hospitals. So they will give you fresh kashayas every day. Their method of approach to the patient, they will give you very fresh kashayas. Every day they will prepare the kashaya and they will give it to the patient. Okay. They won't use ready-made kashayas for the patient, bottled kashayas for the patients. Every morning they will prepare the kashayas and they will go to the patient bedside and they will give you the kashayas. The efficacy is very much improved if you are advised a fresh medicines. You can go to any of the hospitals, even go to Kottakkal, even go to Trivandrum, if you go to Sridhari eye hospitals. If you go to any hospitals, there they are using very fresh kashayas. Okay, at least in your clinical setup, you can use swarasas instantly. You can make it kashayas. You can make it instantly. Manta, Nimakalpanas, you can make instantly, or you can advise the patient to make it instantly. So whatever the possible things to prepare fresh, you can prepare it first and let them take. Okay. So even churnas also, if you purchase an industrial mixer, it is costing about some 10,000 to 20,000. So you can make a powder of all ingredients and you can make it powders. You can advise to patients. Okay, or else you can purchase a pulverizer also, small pulverizer. It's not a very big initial supervisor, or else in a group you can be some 3 to 5 doctors and make one setup of your own pharmacy. Let you prepare some easily practicable medicines. Either some 10 churna, some 10 vati goodies, minimum some 5 to 10 kashaya kalpanas. So easily available drugs and easily advisable drugs. So that is a very important. The IMCOPS, you know about the company IMCOPS. So the company is situated in Chennai, so outskirts of Chennai. This company was started with the same thing, only the 5 doctors unite together and they started this company. Now this company has more than 5,000 doctors as the members. Now it's a very good company and developed all over India. So they're supplying medicines everywhere. And why they made this company is to maintain a quality. Okay. The medicine quality is very important. We should not rely on companies for our medicines. So companies, their main interest is to business. Okay, doctor main interest is to make the patient to cure. In this way, we cannot rely on the big pharmaceutical companies. You can unite some 3 to 5 doctors in single place, and you can start your own pharma. Simple pharma. So I don't advise to prepare some lengthy preparations. At least some minimum preparations, and you can raw drugs is available with so many super stockists. In Bangalore, 3 4 areas will get all the raw materials. Okay, so dry drugs, wet drugs, everywhere you will get it. Okay, so like that you can get the drugs and you can prepare at your own. So on the same basis, one company has established the name is Takshana Ayurveda. So they are also preparing fresh soras and fresh kashayas. So if you order now, they will prepare a fresh kashaya and they will deliver it to your clinic. But now the company is not in a good turnover because the cost is so high. So normally kashayas of other companies we were getting at the cost of 200 rupees. This company is costing about 400 rupees. So because of costing, the scalability of the company was not increased. They are failed. But if you start in a small quantity, definitely you can do it. Okay, minimum amount, minimum kashayas, if you make it, definitely we will make a very good preparations and the reachability is also good. Okay. Next, Prakshepaka Dravya. This is very important. So our acharyas were a very clear indications of these prakshepakas and also the quantity of prakshepakas for particular preparations. So in a single word, we can call prakshepakas are preservatives, one thing, and prakshepakas are again enhance the action of the drug, or else enhance the potency of the drug. In both the way, we can analyze about prakshepakas. One is drug preservative, and one more, it will enhance the action of a drug. Both the actions we are expecting from Prakshepaka Dravyas. So some questions they may ask about Prakshepakas. We should go through the chart of Prakshepakas. It's there. I will explain. And very important thing is Anupana. Okay. So a very famous preparation, Pushyanaga Churna Anupana is Tandalodaka. So why Acharya has given Tandalodaka as Anupana in Pushyanaga Churna? In Sitaphala Churna, Acharya advised hot water only. Okay. So some Anupanas are fixed. So these anupanas having an affinity towards the disease, towards the dosha, and towards the body system, where we can expect the action. Okay. In Udara chapter, we have a Narayana Churna. Based on different anupanas, same Narayana Churna can be advised in more than 10 diseases. Okay. So Anupana will bring the drug into a different system. Anupana is nothing but a drug delivery agent. Okay. If you want to deliver a drug in GIT, you should go with Takra. You want to deliver a drug in respiratory, you should go with some other Rasvarista. So like that, the Anupanas having a target oriented achievement and it will reach the drug into a particular system. Okay. So Anupanas are very important. So this is the very prime area we will miss. One is dose, second one is Anupana. These two areas will miss in our clinical practice. Simply will advise to just to take with water, only with normal water. Will not advise after hot water also. So just we will advise take the medicines with normal water. So this is the mistakes every Vaidya is doing in our clinical practice. These two things should be maintained. So proper dose and as well as proper anupana for a better success in clinical practice. Okay. So we have a scientific explanation of Vaishya Kalpanas is there in Charaka Samhita only. So Charaka Sutrasthana is divided into 7 Chatushkas. First Chatushka is Beshaja Chatushka. Second Chatushka is Swastya Chatushka. Third is Nirdesha. Okay, so like that Acharya has made 7 Chatushka. 7 into 4, 28 chapters. 4 chapters, 1 Chatushka. Okay, so this scientific explanation of this Vaishesha Chatushka is made in Charaka Samhita. First 4 chapters he dedicated to Beshaja. There is the importance given by our Acharya to the Beshaja. Without Beshaja, we cannot treat any patient. First and foremost thing is Beshaja. Okay, we can tell anything. We can do like that, but ultimately the medicine will do the wonders. Okay, so I asked you in the last class what are the properties of a drug. Bahukalpam Bahuguna Sampannam Yogyam Aushadha. The 4 properties of a Aushadha. Aushadha must be Bahukalpa. So multiple formulations can be made with a single drug. And it has a multiple gunas. Bahukalpam Bahuguna Sampannam Yogyam Aushadha. And it has all the potencies. Okay. So these qualities will bring you a good medicine. Bahukalpam Bahuguna Sampannam Yogyam Aushadha. Okay. So Acharya has given a prime importance for Beshaja, and we can utilize, we can preserve Beshaja first, then we will move on to other Chatushkas. Okay, Paricharaka, without Paricharaka also we can do. So here Beshaja is very important to treat a disease. Okay. So the reference book of Beshaja Kalpana is Sharangadhara Samhita. This is a reference book for Beshaja Kalpana. Okay, we will have some insights of Sharangadhara Samhita. So Sharangadhara Samhita belongs to 13th century AD. He is a son of Damodara. Okay, it contains 2,600 shlokas and 32 chapters distributed in 3 kandas. Prathama Kanda contains 7 chapters, Dvitiya Kanda 8 chapters, Tritiya Kanda 7, 12, and 30. Prathama Kanda 7, Madhyama Kanda 12, Tritiya Kanda 13. 25 plus 7, 32. Prathama Kanda 7 chapters, Madhyama Kanda 12, Tritiya Kanda 13 chapters. In Prathama Kanda, he is dedicated to basic principles. So, dosha and other things, dhatu and other things he has explained in Prathama Kanda. Madhyama Kanda is exclusively dedicated to Panchavidha Kashaya Kalpanas. In Tritiya Kanda, again he explains some basic concepts of Panchakarma, Kaya Chikitsa and all. But Madhyama Kanda is completely dedicated to Panchavidha Kashaya Kalpanas. Okay, the 50% of the book Sharangadhara Samhita is completely dedicated to drug preparations. Okay, so that's why the Adhikruta Grantha of Vaishesha Kalpana is Sharangadhara Samhita. Okay, so important commentaries of Sharangadhara Samhita. Deepika commentary is written by Adamalla. Gudartha Deepika is written by Kashiram Vaidya. Ayurveda Deepika is by Rudravard. So in the commentary sessions, definitely we will expect one question from Sharangadhara Samhita. These 3 are very important commentaries of Sharangadhara Samhita. So one or the other way we will get these questions about commentary. So go through it and memorize it very properly. So some of the salient features of Sharangadhara Samhita. He is the first person to explain about Nadi Pariksha in detail. Okay, so Nadi, the features of Nadi is explained in Sushloka Samhita. Okay, Sharidastana. But as a Pariksha Bhava, it is explained first in Sharangada Samhita. Yogaratnakara very detailed explained. It's one of the Ashtasthana Pariksha. Nadi Pariksha will come in one of the Ashtasthana Pariksha. But Yogaratnakara is 17th century author. Sharangada is 13th century author. 400 years before that of Yogaratnakara is Sharangada. Very detailed explanation of Nadi Pariksha was done in Sharangadara Samhita. So, and he is the author, he explained about the mechanism of respiration. Nabhistu Prana Pauroha, Pushtir Utkamalantara. Now remember this sloka? First year BMS sloka memorize model and if you memorize the slokas in first year BMS, same slokas is enough to pass your first year PG exam. I am not telling you about second year BMS, third year BMS, fourth year BMS. These first year slokas of Ashtanga Sangraha. Okay. These slokas are enough to pass your first year PG exam. Final year PG, we have to memorize the particular slokas. Okay. The first year slokas is enough to pass first year PG exam. Nowadays, people are not good with memorization of slokas. At least remember the reference of this slokas. Nabhistu Prana Pauraka. Pushtir Uttamalandra. Bharat. Next day you should tell. So tomorrow you should tell the complete 4-line sloka. ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ then on the way. Okay, so he has given some 20 to 21 definitions about Anulomana, about Samsana, Shukrala, Shukrastambhaka, Shukravardhaka. So like that, Deepana, Pachana. So what is Deepana, what is Pachana, what is Samsana, what is Anulomana? All these definitions we will get it in Sharangadara Samhita with an example. Okay, so just go through these 2021 definitions. Definitely one question we can expect in APGT in this background. Okay, and he is the first person to mention about Snayaka Krimi. Snayaka Roga explained in Nunda Madhava. Snayaka Krimi, Sharangadara. So there are 20 krimis everywhere. Charaka, Sushruta, Sharangadara, everywhere 20 krimis. So after 20 krimis, he added one more krimi, that is Snayaka Krimi. But nowhere in Sharangadara is mentioned about there are totally 21 krimis. So in the sloka also he is mentioned about Vimshati krimi only. So again he added Snayaka krimi. Total number of krimis are 20 only. But first explanation of Snayaka krimi done in Sharangadara. Special mention of Suchika Varnas. Suchika Varana rasa. These rasa can be used in acute emergency condition. So these rasa directly injected to the brain in Agna Chakra. So Kakapada Janga Chikitsa. We need to open the brain skull just like a Kakapada, and we should insert Suchika Varana rasa there. It's an emergency drug. And special yogas related with the Keshavardhana, Loma Shatana, Vajikarana, Vashikarana. Okay. Bagra Sankochana, Lingavardhaka, Yoni Dravaka, Vyanganashka yogas. So these are all the yogas especially mentioned in Sharangadara. So Sharangadara book is like that. We need to keep this book in our clinic. So we have a list of must books to keep in clinic. Out of that, Sharangadara is the one book. So every day at least some 3 to 5 pages you read about Sharangadara preparations. Definitely it will be useful in your clinical practice. That is the need of the hour. Vyanganashaka, need of the hour. Melasma. Patient will come to your clinic for whitening treatment. You can utilize this Vyanganashaka, creams and all. Okay. So Lingavardhaka, it's also a demanding one. Yoni Dravaka. So all this, Bhagna, Sankochaka, Loma Shatana, air removal cream. Okay. Need of the hour. So Vajikarana, all these things is available in Sharangadara Samhita. It's a very good book of choice. You can purchase and keep it in your clinic. So I will repeat the salient features of Sharangadara Samhita. So it's a 13th century author. The whole book is dedicated to Vaisheshya Kalpana. So it has three kandas, Prathama Kanda, Madhyama Kanda, and Tritiya Kanda. Prathama Kanda contains 7 chapters, Madhyama Kanda 12, Tritiya Kanda 30 chapters. Madhyama Kanda is completely dedicated to Vaishajya Kalpana. There are three famous commentaries of Charangadhara Samhita. Dipika is by Adamalla, Buddhartha Dipika by Kashiram Vaidya, Ayurveda Dipika by Rudra Bhatt. Okay. So next we will go with Mana Paribhasha. So there are two types of manas, Magadha Mana and Kalinga Mana. So Magadha Mana is Shrestha. This Mana is explained in Sharangadhara Samhita, Magadha Mana. Kalinga Mana is there in Charaka Samhita Kalpasthana, very detailed. So here Pautava, Dravya and Paya, there are three modes in the manas. Pautava is Ghana Dravya. Okay, so Dravya is Drava Dravya, Akramana, capacities we can tell. So Paya is only Drava, so length, depth, and other things can be explained. Self-explanatory. Charaka also accepted Pautavadi Manas. So Pautava Manas commences from in Charaka Samhita we have Vamshi or Dvamshi. In Sushruta Dhanvayasa, Sharangadhara Paramana. Paramana is equal to 1/3 of Vamshi. Okay. So the sunlight enter into your window, you just see, you just put your hand, some small particles are moving around. You are experienced about this. So this is called as Vamshi or Dvamshi. Small particles enter into the sunlight. Okay. So next about Chaturguna Manas, second Sharangadhara, you should memorize this Mashatanka Akshabilva Pudava Prastha Adaka Rashi Goni Kari. Mashatanka Akshabilva Kudava Prastha Adaka Rashi Droni Kari. So yargo baidangirutte, just like mnemonics, just memorize 1:4. 4 Masha is equal to 1 Tanka. 4 Tanka is equal to 1 Aksha. 4 Aksha is equal to 1 Bilva. Like that, 1:4, 1:4, it's going up. Just go through this all the manas and as well as their synonyms. 2 Shana is equal to 1 Kola, 1 Kola is equal to Shaudraka, Vataka, okay, Morata, right? So synonyms is also very important. Just go through it in detail. What is Masha, what is Vamshi, 6 Maricha, 1 Rajika, okay? So very detailed it has been given. So just go through it. 1 Masha is equal to 1 AMR, 1 Danya. So in GST, so international unit, it is 3/4 grams. So like that, 1 rati and other things. Just go in detail. Just memorize whatever the manas given in the chart without fail. Okay. So mana paribhasha, there is no shortcut. Just understand, analyze, and imagine. Okay, you will get it about mana paribhasha. Same thing in this chart also. So next heading is Dravya Sangraha. Okay, so the seasons of collection of a drug. Here very scientifically Acharya has given which drug to be collected in which particular season. At least you should memorize from Charaka Sushruta and Rajanigantu. So Shaka should be collected according to Charaka during Vasanta and Varsha. So not explaining Sushruta and Rajanigantu. Patra should be collected in Vasanta and Varsha. Sushruta it is in Varsha. Rajanigantu should be collected in Grishma. Okay, so very scientifically explained about the opinions in collection of a drug. This is based on the priority of alkaloids and medicinal values present in a particular anga of the plant. Okay, so these things you should go through, you should memorize in detail. Okay, so I will stop the class here. Till then, you need to memorize all 5 slides. There is no shortcut for this. So just memorize all these 5 slides and we will review tomorrow. I will ask you a question tomorrow about these slides. Okay, then only I will go forward. Right? Anything else to ask?